In case you haven't noticed yet, our world is going to complete an absolute shit. In fact, I wouldn't even just say shit, I would say chaos, right? Absolute civil war, right? This is just disgusting. The past, I mean, I don't even know how long, but even just the past couple days, as of September 10th being today, the past couple days, we see an innocent Ukrainian girl getting murdered on a subway. And then we also see now Charlie Kirk is officially dead. He was shot at a live event in, what was it? Was it Utah? I'm sorry, I don't remember the all the details, but we should be taking a, regardless of whatever your politics are, it doesn't matter if you're Republican, if you're Democrat, it really doesn't matter at all who you are or who you think you are. Nobody deserves to die, whether you disagree with them or not. And personally, I wasn't the biggest fan of Charlie Kirk, but he did not deserve to die, especially not in the manner that he did. I am not going to provide you the video or how to see the video, but I've seen it. It's gruesome. I suppose if you want to see it, you can figure out how to find it yourself. It's all over the internet. But I'm not going to give it to you because I don't want anybody else to see it that doesn't have to. Because I'm going to tell you now, you're going to regret seeing it. It's gruesome. He was shot in the neck, supposedly the carotid artery, so as you can imagine, it was like something out of a horror movie, basically. Real life hasn't felt real since COVID, basically. Life has not felt real. This country has been in, like I've said, absolute shithole. It's like there's a civil war going on. And people are just being murdered left and right. Again, regardless of whatever your politics are, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be pulling up this post here about all the posts that I see about Charlie Kirk. It doesn't matter what your politics are. Nobody deserves to die. Okay, we're all people. Truly, I'm going to tell you this. I don't think that just evil people exist. I don't think people in their nature are supposed to be evil because we are born in God's image. I believe wholeheartedly that nobody is meant to be evil. I think we're all just misguided by the devil. Now, that does not excuse people's actions at all whatsoever. I will not sit here and condone violence under any metric, and I will not sit here and say that, like, some people deserve to die, some don't, this, that, like, or like trying to say like, oh, serial killers or like child rapists, and they're okay because they don't know what they're doing. Realistically, they don't. Okay, because they have a mental issue, and they're being misguided by very, very deep spiritual problems. Okay, this is a spiritual war that's going on, and you have to understand that. So, but again, I'm not sitting here trying to say that what people do is okay. I'm simply telling you that there's always a reason for things, and the reason is that this is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. You have to look past the whole mental thing. It's all spiritual. You have to understand that, because you can be a literal psychopath and turn to God, and he makes you reborn again, and you will become, well, not a psychopath. All of the mental disorders that you possibly think that you just have for life, that's absolutely untrue. You only have them because you believe that you have them, and you continue to keep them and deal with them because you believe that you will continue to keep and deal with them. That's kind of how things work. It's spiritual. So again, I'm going to bring up these posts here, and we're just going to talk about some of these things because a lot of people, first of all, I'm going to note this, because what happened was he was shot, right? So some people there's a video of this old white guy allegedly being the shooter because he was arrested, taken into police custody. Now come to find out the police are taking it back, and the real shooter is still at large. That's extremely alarming, right? Because now we have someone who is committed, what is it, first-degree murder is when it's like pre-planned, because this was clearly premeditated. I believe it's first or second degree. I think second degree is like like just kind of spaz, like in the moment type of thing. So I think the term is first-degree murder. And this was very clearly premeditated. This was not like erratic at all. This was it was like 20 yards away or something like that. Like, this was clearly an experienced shooter, very clearly. Okay, they did not miss their mark at all whatsoever, unfortunately. Um, I usually like to lighten up the mood a little bit, but I'm not. This is serious. I'm not gonna sit here and try to play fucking jokes with people, because this is, quite frankly, I've had enough. I'm not an advocate for war or violence under any means, like I've just said, but obviously something big has to happen and come out of this, because the West has to change. There's just been too much of this, from like, the Carmelo Anthony thing I've talked about before, to the Ukrainian girl a couple days ago, now to Charlie Kirk. Who's next? There's already been a gunman going to Nick Fuentes' door. There's been people trying to kill Andrew Tate. What Alex Jones has had, what is it, like millions of dollars or like billions or something like that of like legal bullshit. Who's a good player in the game when like, again, we have to set down. I know you could say Andrew Tate's Muslim, and oh, but Andrew Tate's Muslim and Alex Jones this, or Charlie Kirk that, he was a Jew, or Nick Fuentes is Catholic, but I'm a Christian. It doesn't matter. We have to set aside all these kind of stupid little differences and self-identifications, and you have to understand that we are all children of God, and you have to understand that we're all human beings. None of us deserve to die. I don't understand how people can sit here and try to sympathize with like killers, or try to like make jokes out of shit like this. It's absolutely disgusting. Oh, and then you have Benjamin Netanyahu saying, praying for Charlie Kirk. Shut the fuck up. You were probably the one that fucking ordered it. And then you have Destiny posting some stupid ass shit. Who's gonna do it? See what I'm talking about? There's some people, like, they don't understand, obviously. They're extremely misguided by literally Satan himself. So it's not to sit here and call violence on anybody, but I'm just pointing these things out, that these people, it's disgusting. If you can't tell, it's pissing me off. And that was the other thing I just remembered I wanted to mention, is that the old white guy that they allegedly assumed was the gunman. A lot of people are just automatically assuming he's some liberal, in regardless, or he was like a registered Democrat in like Utah or something. Regardless of, again, whatever his politics are, it's like, there's something really fishy about this shit. It's the same thing when Trump allegedly got shot in the ear now, and then right after, his ear was fine. I low-key think that was staged, honestly, because his ear was like fine right after. But and then just 3 weeks ago, on August 13th, Harrison H. Smith posts, I'm not going to name names, but I was told by someone close to Charlie Kirk that Charlie thinks Israel will kill him if he turns against them. If you have seen my channel, any of my videos, in the past like year or two, you will know that I have criticized Israel for many reasons. There's a lot deeper things than what I've said, because I try to keep my videos short, because I know I ramble a lot, but this I'm just going to keep raw, because this is a serious topic. I'm not going to sit here and try to be a perfect little editor and this stupid bullshit. Where is it? Where is it that we have stuff about the gunman? Where is it? I'm looking for it. And then I have to I have to scroll past the feed of the video being shown up continually. God, it's absolutely disgusting. It's disturbing. Truly. And then you have people that post dumb shit like this. Why? Why are we celebrating people getting shot and killed? I just don't understand. Here's the guy, that black guy's Instagram, by the way, that stabbed that Ukrainian girl to death on the subway. It's backwards. I'm in no way calling violence to him, but I'm pointing it out because do you think a literal murderer that gets to walk free is just going to be able to live a free life? Do you think they deserve that? I'm not saying he deserves to get murdered also, but I'm just saying he should have some kind of punishment. Like, come on, guys. It's ridiculous. You have all this black on white crime, and then they want to, the narrative is to turn that kind of shit around and somehow blame white people again. Even I'm half white, I'm half Mexican. Oh, race mixer wasn't my choice, okay? But look, I'm only half white, and I'm advocating more for white people than fully white people actually do. Are you serious, guys? And I'm not even against you guys. Like, if you're white watching this, like, what are you doing? I'm not even against you. I'm on your side. But it's like, why are you not advocating for yourself? Like, what is it with this white guilt, like, white apologist bullshit where you have to sit here and be sorry that you're white? Like, yeah, slavery was a thing a long time ago, and it was not at all what they told you it was in school. But let me tell you this. It was not your fault. You don't have to be sorry for being born white. That wasn't even your choice. Okay, so why are you sorry for being white? Why do you have to, like, get on your knees and kiss Jewish ass, kiss black ass? Like, why? I don't understand what your guys' like thought process is here. I know there's a lot of propaganda, obviously, that have gone into you, like being brainwashed and stuff, but it's like, really? Where is your self-respect? I don't understand. I don't know, but I can't find stuff about the gunman much, but my point is, it wouldn't surprise me at all because they pulled the same bullshit with like JFK. They pulled the same bullshit on 9/11, probably MLK. Listen. I am 99.99% sure that it was Israel. I am 99.99% sure that it was not just some random Democrat, liberal. Okay? Yes, those people are mentally ill. Yes, they are crazy. Yes, they do shoot up schools and stuff like that. But it was not one of them. That just reminded me. Just like that school shooting recently. I don't remember where it was, but it was like this like guy pretending to be a girl. Some tranny that shot up a school. Or shot up a Catholic school. And he wrote on his guns in white and shit like that. Like, yeah, those people are crazed, but I think a lot of it, like, do you know that the Democratic Party, like liberalism or whatever you want to call it, came from Jewish people? Do you not know these things? They weren't kicked out of 109 countries for no reason. Let me ask you this question, because I want to put it into perspective for you to actually understand something. If your friend gets kicked out of 109 restaurants, or whatever the number is, if they get kicked out of like hundreds of restaurants, and your friend tells you, yeah, they just all kick me out for some reason, I don't really know why, I don't know, man, they must just be like racist or something. It's like, I think there's a certain variable that you're not saying, and I think that it's you, and that you're the cause of being kicked out of the restaurant because you are probably being loud, disorderly, or breaking the rules somehow. So, America being America, I thought we were supposed to be this great country, strong, moral, Christian based, basically. And here we are bowing to Israel. You know, Israel is the Israel today that you know that you worship, because so many people for some reason blindly worship Israel. Listen to this. Was created. I made a video about this too. You have to pay attention. I tell you guys these things over and over and over again, and you continue to not listen, and then you sit and wonder what is wrong, what is going on. I'm giving you the answers. They're right in front of your face. Google it. I showed you a screenshot from Google. Google even tells you, if you look up when was Israel founded, it's like 1940 something. It's like 1946, I think. Do you really think the Israel of today that was founded less than 100 years ago is somehow the same Israel of the Bible when the Bible was written like, you know, thousands of years ago? No. Israel is supposed to represent, like, just read your fucking Bible. It's so simple. Just read your Bible to actually understand. You can't just say, this word's the same, this word's the same, it must be the same thing. The Bible is also very, what's the word? It's not literal. It's very metaphorical. Okay? So, like, when it talks about Israel, it's talking about, like, the people. The same thing when it talks about the church. It's not literally a physical place called church. It's just, like, the people of God, right? God's children. Like Christians and stuff like that. I don't understand what's so hard to understand. It's so hard to understand that you don't understand, because that I don't even understand what's so hard to understand about you not understanding what I understand. Okay? So like I said, Israel has, and Jewish people, Jews have been kicked out of 109 countries. And it's not that everybody is just for some reason anti-Semitic and a Nazi. Like, no, it's because Jewish people are fucking dickheads. Have you ever read or heard of the Talmud? It's like the Bible for Jews. It tells you everything you need to know about them. Just go on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. Just look up the Talmud. You'll find verses about it in there. It's disgusting. I mean, they're okay with pedophilia, murder. You know, if you're not a Jewish person or a Jew, they consider you a goy or goyim, and they believe that you are an animal, that you are underneath them, that you are beneath them, that they are above you. Is that really someone you want to be worshiping? That they believe that you are subhuman? They believe that your life is not worth as much as them. And they're sitting here committing a genocide on Gaza, killing millions of Palestinians. In what world would Christ support a genocide? It doesn't matter who's committing it. Jesus wouldn't support it. Is it really a good idea to sit here and think, well, you know, their name is Israel and they're Jews, and then in the Bible it says Israel, and the Bible it says Jews, so they must be, whatever they're doing is okay. Like, why don't you, like, think for a second? Okay? Why don't you think for a second and analyze things without coming to the only conclusion coming to your mind is what you're being told? Why don't you think? And you know what? That's what the Bible says too, is don't be a fool. Don't just blindly trust anybody. Don't even trust me. Go do your own research, and you'll just end up finding out that I'm right in telling you the truth. You shouldn't trust anyone other than God, because God is the way, the truth, and the life. So if you want to find the truth, go read the Bible. Get a relationship with God, and He will lead you the way. That's what happened to me. I didn't just start as being some crazy anti-Semitic Nazi conspiracy theorist and, like, you know, like flat earth, this, that. Like, I started with God. I learned about the truth. And then it opened doors for me to learn more and more and more and more and more. I know plenty of other people that think and know the same things that I do, and we're regular people. We're not like some crazed, like, when they depict like conspiracy theorists in movies that believe the same things we do, like flat earth and whatever, like the earth being a firmament and shit and not being a globe, they picture us as like some like crazed homeless hobo hillbilly, you know, like that lives under a bridge and like attacks anybody that comes near him. Like, we're regular fucking people, man. Just like you. The other thing I was gonna say, if you read the Bible, you also know that the Jews killed Jesus Christ, and before you come at me and say, it was the Romans, it was the Romans, it was the Romans, the Jews ordered the Romans to have Jesus killed. It was the Jews who wanted to have Jesus killed. Because even the Romans were originally saying, "See, I didn't do nothing." Like, have you ever seen The Passion of the Christ? Have you ever even read the fucking Bible? Watch the movie, read the Bible. You will see exactly what I'm talking about. You will see I forget what his name is, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. The Romans, basically, I'll just say, were like, they were talking about Jesus, and they were talking to the Jews, and they said, no, this guy is innocent. He didn't do anything. What do you want us to do with him? He didn't do anything. And the Jews were all fucking pissed, spitting, and guess you know what they do? Funny thing enough, they still do that to this day. They still spit on Christians. And again, you want to worship them? Guess what, Christians? The Jews, Israel, they killed your God. They killed your Savior, and you want to worship them. You're really smart. Again, the Romans, they could have said no, they did. The guy said no. The ruler of the Romans, he was like, no, I don't want to kill him. And then the Jews were like basically bribing him, and they were like threatening him. Okay, well, if you don't, then we'll, with their long noses and scheming hands and tiny hats. Piece of shit. You don't understand until you actually do research, because when you just hear what I'm talking about now and you don't understand the context or the pretense to it, you're just like, but the Holocaust. And you know what, that's the other funny thing that I've also talked about too, is the fact that any time you bring up anything that the Jews do wrong, guess what it is? But the Holocaust. Guys, the Holocaust. Remember Nazis? Remember Nazi Germany? Remember Hitler? That's really funny. It's almost like they're like gaslighting you into never questioning them. All these people want to talk about like gaslighting and manipulation in their own relationships and say, my boyfriend, my girlfriend's gaslighting and manipulating me. But as soon as any other, like a Jew does it to you, you're like blind to it for some reason. You fucking stupid. I mean, I'm trying to be nice, but like, you're actually not smart. And I'm telling you, if you want to be smart, you should just read the Bible, pray to God, ask him for wisdom and the truth, and he will bring you the way. And the way is the same way that I'm going. It's the same truth that I know. It's that Christ is king. You know what's funny too is the fact that even more proof that Jews are the problem, that Israel is the problem. The ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, on their website, it's Jewish founded, obviously, but listen, here's the kicker. They say that Christ is king is anti-Semitic. What? You know what I'm saying? And there was this other thing, I forget what it was. It was something about Satan. It was something about being anti-Satan was like anti-Semitic, and it's like, okay, so like put this into if you don't understand what I'm saying, put this into perspective like this. Saying something against Jesus Christ is in definition anti-Christ, because you're opposing Jesus Christ, right? So you're anti-Christ. Doesn't literally only mean Satan himself. It just means you are anti-Christ. Okay? So, if they are saying something that is like against Satan, is anti-Satan, is the same to them, that's the same as being anti-Semitic, and Semitic mean Jewish, does that not ring alarm bells in your head saying, hold on, this doesn't sound right? And then you look at, hold on, they also had Jesus killed, and they spit on Christians, and they suck blood out of circumcised baby penises, and they're blowing up Gaza to smithereens, and they're doing all these things, and you still want to sit here and say, I'm going to worship them. They have a right to defend themselves. Perhaps you don't deserve to die, but what you don't deserve is respect. That's definitely for sure. That's for sure. Is you don't deserve respect from anybody ever, if that's what you continue to think. Knowing, like, if you research all of the things that I've researched and that I know, and you continue to believe the same things, well, you are a closed-minded retard. You're an idiot. You're a fool. Because you refuse to grow as a person, and you refuse to allow your mind to accept the truth or any other reality other than your own beliefs, which is narcissistic in definition, and you're just an asshole. You're a dickhead. And all I can say to you is that you're going to hell. Like, I tried to give you guys so many chances, and in my videos, I posted so many videos, and you guys say, he's just being, pretending to be anti-Semitic, that's how he's letting out his anger, because he's secretly a fag. I mean, okay, I guess I'm not, but whatever. What the fuck? Look, here's the thing. The serious topic of this is that I need to circle back because I'm losing track, but you guys understand the point is more than likely Israel had Charlie Kirk assassinated. Because that's what they do, is they use people, and when they're done with their toys, they just get rid of them. And if you don't understand what that means is when you support Israel, when you support, like when you're in favor of Satan, as I discussed a little bit ago, well, guess what happens when he's done with you? He kills you. And then you're in hell. Because you were a fool. And you've been given so many chances to see the truth, and you decided to turn your head and say, nah, it's fine. Because your ego can't handle being wrong. Guys. It's just disgusting. I don't know where this world is going to go at this point. Because, like, I don't know what to believe. Like, I don't know what to believe in the sense that, I mean, obviously Jesus is coming eventually someday, and he's going to, the whole, I don't know if it's going to be Judgment Day or the, whatever people call it. People call it different things. I don't know what it's going to be exactly. Only God knows when, where, how, who, but I will say this, I don't know what to believe, like, if this world is going to get better, or if it's going to continue to get worse. But to be honest with you, I think it's going to get worse. Even if there's some kind of civil uprising, like a civil war, well, sure, it could technically be a good thing, because if white people finally start standing up for themselves and saying enough is enough and fight against the Jews as we should have a long time ago, then, perhaps that's a good thing. But the other side of that coin is that, on the other side of the coin of war is that, well, bloodshed, war. That's kind of what it is, right? So, I don't know where we're at right now. Things aren't looking good at all. So, all I can recommend to you is be safe. Save up cold hard cash, because eventually you never know when the internet, the grid worldwide can just go down. You're gonna want cold hard cash. Because in your bank account, it's just numbers on the screen, man. It really doesn't mean anything. Keep most of your money in cash if you can. I know you're probably like, well, then it's not going to accumulate like it would in a Roth IRA or like a whatever, the 401k, whatever. Shut the fuck up. Like, it doesn't matter. You need to keep some money on the side that you can have in the event that things go wrong. You probably want food rations. You probably also want to have weapons, guns, whatever you can have, survival gear, water, and most importantly, your Bible and your faith, of course. But so that's where we're at. The world's just going to shit. I know this video is probably pretty boring. Let me know if you guys want more stuff like this, like live videos, and I can actually do them live. But we're in a pretty dark spot. And like I said earlier, even just seeing the video, like it just feels so unreal. And again, I wasn't a huge fan of the guy, but it's just sad. It makes me sad now just thinking, like, I don't want to sit here and cry on camera, obviously, but it's like, man. And that's the thing you have to learn, too, is you have to be able to have empathy for people, regardless of whether they're, like, your enemy or not. Like, 'cause you have to understand that no matter who opposes you, we're all human. Even the Jews and stuff that I talk about, like, I don't hate all Jews. I know that they do evil, terrible things, and that's what I'm trying to tell you guys, is expose the truth. But it's not that I'm sitting here saying that they all should die. That's the whole point I'm trying to get to you, is you're going to be a lot more peaceful in your life if you can actually just accept Christ and accept Christ's ways. And what he taught is to love your enemies, just as you love your neighbor. Which means you don't hate or wish death upon them. You're going to be a lot more at peace if you stop fueling everything you do through rage and just pray for people, no matter what they do. Again, like I said earlier, I'm not sitting here trying to, like, advocate for or, like, condone or excuse any of the terrible, horrible, disgusting, horrendous, horrific things that people have done or that have happened or that will happen. But I'm saying that there's a root cause for things, and that's kind of what we're ignoring in society, is we're only going a little bit below the surface and saying, oh, well, they were trans, oh, well, they were black, oh, well, they were Jewish, or, oh, well, they were, pro this, pro that, or they were whatever, their politics, or they're this skin color, they're this race. You get what I'm saying? Like, you have to go below all of the different surfaces, and you have to find the root cause. You can't even just say, oh, it's mental health. It's spiritual. We're in a spiritual battle. We're in a spiritual war. That's the differentiating factor. If everybody just had Jesus in their life, the world would be a whole lot different. But because everybody clearly has Satan in them, and they probably don't even realize that that's what they're doing, but because they're clearly worshiping Satan, and again, they're probably just blind to it because that's what Satan does. He manipulates you, and he's like a puppet master. He gets you to follow him without you even realizing he's guiding you. He can even sometimes misguide Christians, right? And be saying, yeah, you're following, you're all good, you're doing what you're supposed to as a Christian, but meanwhile, he's guiding you over here and God's over here. You know what I'm saying? And you don't even know what's going on. So again, like, you have to be able to have empathy for people. Because like I said earlier, human beings, I truly do not believe, like the Bible says, like God said himself, we are born in his image. Read literally the first few pages of the Bible, Genesis. Read the first book of the Bible. We are born in his image. We are created in his image. Is God evil? No. That means we are not just born evil. Evil isn't just born, it's created. It can be curated, it can be crafted, it can be molded. But we are not born evil. I don't believe in shit like that. It's not real. I don't care what, like, serial killer documentaries you can watch and you think you're an expert on psychology and you're, like, in the FBI or the CIA. I don't care who you think you are. That's just not real. That's not how things work. So again, you should get a Bible. That hairline, holy shit. You should get a Bible if you don't have one. Pray. Read the Bible, don't just get it, read it, obviously. Pray, ask God for wisdom, for the truth, to lead you to his way. And just have empathy for people, have understanding that people are people. We're not perfect, but we're definitely not made to be evil. We can follow evil, but we are at our core are not evil because we are not supposed to be. Very simple understanding. So I really do pray. I think we should all pray for Charlie Kirk's family, because obviously they're going to be going through a rough time, and all the other people that are going through, even the shooter. I know you probably don't want to hear it. You're just sympathizing with a killer. They do not understand what they are doing. Jesus Christ literally said, as he was being crucified, he said, "Forgive them, Father, for they do not know what they are doing." That is the type, if you call yourself a Christian, but you do not have that kind of understanding, empathy, or sympathy for people, then you are not truly a Christian. To be a Christian, it means you follow in Christ's ways. Now, again, obviously, you're not expected to be perfect, but if you can't even do something as simple as a normal human thing, like emotionally bond with other people and saying like, oh, they're clearly not well, they need prayer. If you cannot do that, such a simple thing, then you are going the wrong way. I'm not sitting here saying I hate you. Maybe you're kind of a little stupid and naive. Sure, maybe that's not very nice, but that's kind of the reality that you have to know, because fools exist and perhaps you're one of them. But it doesn't mean you have to stay a fool. It's your choice, ultimately, if you want to be guided to the truth, which is knowledge and wisdom, or if you want to just be continued down the path of BS. So again, my final message to you here is just seek God. Just pray for everybody. Everybody. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter their political view, their race, their sex, if they're transgender, or like if they're gay, if whatever it is. It really doesn't matter. Just pray for them. You have nothing to lose. But you have everything to gain. So why not do it? So again, that's where I'll leave you guys here. Let me know if you enjoy this style of video where it's a little bit more toned. I can probably lighten the mood a lot more next time if you want, but I think right now we're at a serious turning point. No pun intended, like genuinely. We're at a serious turning point in the West and just the world in general. It's not looking too good, so start praying. That's all you can do. And things get better, they get better. If they don't, they don't. And that's, I guess, just where we'll have to be until God comes and the rapture, or whatever you call it, happens. End of the world, I guess we'll just say, to be generic. So hope you have a great rest of your day. Hopefully these things don't give you like a heart attack or something, because it did actually make my chest hurt earlier and my stomach wrench. So God bless you.